Hello everyone, it's me Isaac, and today I'm going to explain about favourite stations. Now, you may be wondering, Isaac, what is this favourite station series on about? Now, this is where I'm going to explain it. Now, Favourite Stations is a series I've decided to create because as you know, I'm interested in TfL, which is the London Underground, London Overground, DLR, you name it. And what I wanted to do is a series of favourite stations, which is to include one of my favourite stations on every tube line, one of my favourites, because if you pick a favourite, you pick one station. And the reason why I wanted to do that is just, it's just fun to go to those stations, and they're my favourite. So, as you probably would have seen, I've done the Bakerloo line at South Kenton. That's episode 1 of favourite stations. I'm going to tell you the stations I'll be doing that are my favourite, which probably might include buses as well, but I haven't actually figured out my favourite bus stop. Could be my local one, but I'll visit some in the future. So the favourite stations as follows: Bakerloo line at South Kenton, although it doesn't count as it runs with London Overground because I have a different favourite station on the London Overground, and the reason why I like the Bakerloo line South Kenton is, I'm not going to tell you basically the reason why. You'll see on my Bakerloo line South Kenton video, which I'll put in the link in the description down below, and the next one, I'm going to do it in the order of the tube lines, even though the series won't include every order. It will just it doesn't really matter really. It's just a tube line. So the Central line, I'm going to say Greenford, because it's the only tube station on the Central line to have an incline lift, or an inclinator, or a diagonal lift, whichever you want to call it. And I like the Middle Bay platform where GWR trains go in and out between West Ealing and Greenford. Usually in, I believe, the off-peak or peak times, they go to London Paddington as well. I couldn't explain, but Greenford station on the Central line. But the Circle line is a bit of a tricky one because it doesn't run individually. So I'm going to have to say Circle and Hammersmith and City lines because they're two different lines. As the Circle line runs on the Hammersmith City line and District line. For the Hammersmith City and Circle lines, I'm going to say Wood Lane, of course. These will come. I'm pretty sure I'll do it all in the summer because I've just broken up from school now, so I have 7 weeks, 7.5 I believe. So I'm pretty sure I'll get things fit in, of course. And the District line. Now that's a bit of a tricky one actually because it's either, well, to be honest, I'm going to say a different word, a conundrum, because it's either Acton Town or Turnham Green. And the reason why is because the District line runs alongside the Piccadilly line between Acton Town and Ealing Common. And at Turnham Green, Piccadilly line trains stop there in the evening peak, and they stop at Acton Town as well. So I'm going to say for the District line, Turnham Green station, as I said, I'll explain. Actually, I'll explain for this one, the Piccadilly line trains just whiz by. And my favourite, but it doesn't count as my favourite Piccadilly line station because a lot of Piccadilly line trains do not stop there. And on the Piccadilly line, Acton Town. I do love Acton Town. And Jubilee line, Cannons Park. It's either that or Dollis Hill or Willesden Green. Maybe Willesden Green is maybe just a station to visit, but Cannons Park is my favourite, I would say. And Metropolitan line, Moore Park. Very lovely there. And then the Northern Line, Golders Green, which probably will be my next episode 2 of favourite stations. And done the Piccadilly line. Then the Victoria line, tricky one actually. Even though I've never really been to that station, I'd probably say Pimlico, because it's pretty much the only tube station that has a light box of the roundel. So that's pretty much why. Pretty interesting, Pimlico, as it's the only station on the Victoria line that doesn't interchange to other TfL lines, etc. But I'm just going to warn you now, the Waterloo City line will not be in this series. And the reason for that is it's pointless. Because it only has 2 tube stations, Waterloo and Bank. And you wouldn't really pick a favourite station on Waterloo City line. It's just not good. So the Waterloo City line, it's not going to be in this series. And it's not just tube stations. As it says favourite stations, I will also be including the London Overground, DLR, Elizabeth Line, and the trams and the London bus, and maybe the River Pier as well, if I manage to get it all in. But the London Overground, Kensal Rise, the DLR, very tricky that one. Although it has 7 branch lines and 45 stations, it's a bit of a tricky one actually. So, what is my favourite DLR station? I'm gonna have to say probably. It's just very tricky actually, as it'll come to my mind. And the tram, London trams, Beckenham Junction, even though it features National Rail. Although the National Rail may not be in this series because there's so many different train operating companies, so maybe I might. Oh, actually, I might try. Actually. So yeah, and the bus stop will be TBC, which is to be confirmed. All in all, that is what the favourite station series is about. So, hope I've explained it very well, and do bear in mind that there's a heat wave coming Monday, Tuesday, as I've explained. I'm not putting that link in the description as I've uploaded that video yesterday, 14th of July. Today's the 15th. And yeah, stay safe, look after yourselves in this hot weather. See you for my next favourite stations series, episode 2.